got, I can't, it says Hassan, is it butterfly or bee fly?
Well, it's bee fly, but it's short for butterfly. Good guys.
All right. So I didn't know if we just ran out of room on the name and they shortened butterfly to bee fly, or if you had shortened butterfly to bee fly. So how you doing, Hassan?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
All right.
All right. What do you got for us? It says here, God is to existence as zero is to math.
That's kind of close. It's God is to reality what
Okay.
zero is to math. And it's basically, whenever I hear the atheist versus theist debate, and I've heard it so many times, it's ridiculous. The atheists point out the contradictions within religion, which there are plenty, because, you know, the idea of, you know, this humanoid God contradicts the idea of a premise. I mean, the premise of a creator. But then the theists normally go and say, well, look at the universe as evidence that there must be a creator, which, you know, y'all laugh at, but it kind of makes sense to a certain extent. And by that I mean, you know, I'm going to say that the role zero plays within math mirrors everything that is supposed to be about God besides the emotional temper tantrum.
So you mean like a placeholder?
No, zero is an important concept within math.
Yeah.
And
it is the most important concept, is essential.
Well, I'd say it's half of the most important concept because...
What would be the other half?
Well, that's what I was getting to. So the math is founded on the logical principles of identity, non-contradiction, excluded middle. And so if you had zero and nothing else, you would have nothing. Conceptually, zero is just contracted with things that are not zero. It's the thing that allows us to show, hey, if I have 3 apples and I take away 3 apples, I have no apples left. It is not just a placeholder or a digit. It is a concept of the absence of something, but it is also the only way, well, it's not the only way you could do math because zero didn't always exist as a concept in math. It was, in matter of fact, it's not even pre-recorded history. It's part of recorded. Is it 7th century Islamic?
Yes.
Yeah.
7th century, yes.
However,
yes.
The problem is that while that's a concept that is foundational and essential to how we do math, there's no evidence that there is a God which is foundational to the universe.
And I would agree if you're talking about a humanoid concept. I would say that.
Well, hang on.
Well, maybe we need to define God.
Okay, so...
Sorry, my bad.
The humanoids concept. I don't know of any other concept of God, and there's lots of different ones, but they're all from humanoids, because I don't know too much about concepts that don't come from humanoids.
Well, God was created in our image.
What God are you talking about?
Okay, I'm going to say simply the creator of everything that is measurable.
Okay, but you don't get to assert that there is a creator or that there needs to be a creator. You need to demonstrate that there is a creator or that there needs to be a creator.
Okay, and I think math, which correlates to reality, is the perfect proof. It is.
It's not.
Proof for
it's not.
Okay, and that's just an assertion. Why are you saying it's not proof? It's how we prove everything else.
I can use an assertion to respond to an assertion. You're arguing by analogy that because there's a zero concept which is important in mathematics, that there must then be a God concept which is important to reality.
No, that is not what I'm saying.
Then what is the evidence for the God?
Okay. Well, first, I thought we wanted to define God.
I would love that, but you didn't.
Okay. Every time I'm doing it, I get interrupted with an
That's a load of shit. I let you, we paused to let you define it, and you went to something else, interrupting me.
No, I didn't. You gave me an opportunity.
Play back the fucking recording. That's exactly what happened.
Let's stop with a meta discussion. Let's have a
define
definition
God.
for God.
All right. So we're going to. I'm defining God as the creator of all. You said I could not do that, and I'm saying that is what every monotheistic. That is the one universal principle within every monotheistic belief is God is the creator of all. Now,
here's the problem. This is why. This is why when I asked you to define God, if you say God is the creator of all, that doesn't get us anywhere because there needs to be a demonstration that there is in fact a creator of all.
And I'm saying that zero's role within math.
And I don't give a shit because that's an argument from an analogy. I'm trying to get you. You need to demonstrate that there is a creator. You can say God is the creator of all. That gets us nowhere. What you need to demonstrate is that there is, in fact, a creator of all, and you don't get to do it by saying it's analogous to what 0 does in math. That's not the way we get.
My statement, sir.
Sorry?
Can I finish my statement, sir? I was in the middle of a statement before you went on your diatribe. May I finish my statement,
yeah,
sir?
Actually, I'm going to put you on hold. So, yeah, I'm going to let you finish your statement, but there are reasons why I interrupt. And they're good reasons, whether you think so or not. And part of it is because I've done this for a long time. And if we don't stop at the first point of disagreement and actually get clarification, then you will go on for a long time, or somebody will go on for a long time, getting us no clearer to understanding or agreement. And then we will have wasted the precious time on the show. So if we're going to define a God, it's fine to say, I define God as the creator of all. Cool. That's a definition. But it didn't move us anywhere, because until somebody demonstrates that there is a creator of all, we haven't moved anything. And if your argument that there must be a creator of all because it's analogous to 0, that will never be accepted. Argument by analogy of concepts does not amount to evidence. Try it again.
Okay.
You're on now.
Am I on now?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you listen to me?
Yes, I listened to you all.
Okay.
And all right, so you're saying that I understand how. That's how we actually define, or whenever we have a term. Now correct me if I'm wrong on this. Whenever we have a term where there's some vagueness, or whatever word is, vagueness is probably the word. You know, any ambiguity, anything where there's room for confusion. If we can find a congruent relationship, that's how we would show it. So I'm saying,
no.
Roll the 0 plate. Oh my God, please. That's
all right. Now I'm putting your ass back on hold because you just told me to correct me if you were wrong. Did you not? Did you not say that? Did you not say that?
What's that?
Did you not just tell me to correct you if you were wrong?
Okay, and I'm saying, so you're saying we don't have congruencies? That's not one way that we can show something?
Did you tell me to correct you if you were wrong?
Are you trying to browbeat me, sir?
Did the words "correct me if I'm wrong" come out of your fucking mouth?
Is that a fucking idiom?
All right, now you're on hold, and you're going to listen to me, because the guys in the studio said, you know, sometimes if you just hang up on somebody and then you go into this long explanation afterwards, they're not benefiting from it. Now, all I was saying was, you think that I'm interrupting you unjustly, but the words that came out of your mouth were, correct me if I'm wrong, but if we find a congruency, and I interrupted to correct you that you were wrong. I did the very thing that you asked me to do. And so now I'm going to explain this. When we talk about a definition, cool, God is creator of all, great. Now we got a definition. How do we show that the thing that we're talking about is real? And you're saying if we find a congruency. But the congruency that you're pointing to is a congruency with mathematics, which is a concept, the 0 concept, which is an argument from analogy, which I already told you I wasn't going to be accepting, and that is not how we would prove a God. We don't prove that there is a Superman because we find one man can run faster than another man. I can barely run, but this guy can run 100 times faster than I can. That must mean that therefore there's a Superman that can fly and reverse the rotation of the Earth. That is the sort of congruency that you're doing when you argue by analogy. If you don't have an actual argument and case to make for the God as creator of all, which will be providing evidence that a creator is possible, plausible, necessary, and then existent. That's the process, not just can I find a concept somewhere else in the universe, because we can do that all the time. We can talk about how, hey, Don and I, we are capable of thinking and having emotions, and our capacity for thinking and having emotions is much greater than an ant. And so therefore, by analogy, there must be some being that is that much greater than us. Matter of fact, there must be a being that has an infinite capacity to this, that isn't bound by space and time. You can do this all day long, and you get no closer. Now, I'm going to take you off hold now to ask you a question. Did you hear what I said, and did it make sense?
I heard you build a straw man for my argument.
Thank you for calling. Goodbye.